So hi everyone and welcome back to the Toucan YouCan series. Today we are exploring how to create a waterfall in Toucan, and let me introduce our expert Morgan who will guide us through today's demonstration. So Morgan, could you give us an overview of what we'll cover today?
Hi Henny, hi everyone. We're going to talk about the waterfall chart, including when to use it and how to read it as an end user, and how to prepare the data set and configure the chart itself. We'll also cover some best practices and precautions for using this type of chart effectively. So let's jump right in.
That's great. So when is it best to use a waterfall chart?
The waterfall chart is particularly useful when you need to compare a situation before and after, highlighting the different positive and negative contributions that affect an overall indicator. For example, you can compare a previous year with the current year and analyze how various categories contribute to change in the overall indicator. Each category has either a positive impact, represented by green bars, or a negative impact, represented by red bars. This type of chart is popular in finance because it helps reveal hidden variations. Even if the overall indicator remains flat from year to year, a waterfall chart can show significant changes in the intermediate categories, revealing important increases or decreases that balance each other out but provide valuable insights.
So it's all about understanding what's behind the numbers?
Exactly. So now let's talk about how to read a waterfall chart as an end user. So to read a waterfall chart effectively, it's important to follow each step of contribution from left to right. So let's take an example. We start with the previous year at 64,000. Moving to the right, Europe contributes an increase of 400, bringing the total to 64,400. Next, Africa adds 200 points, taking the total to 64,600. Moving on to South America, we see a reduction of 100 points, bringing the total down to 64,500. Asia reduces the indicator by 200, taking it to 64,300. And finally, America decreases by 300 points, bringing us back to 64,000, which matches the final indicator for current year. By reading from left to right, we can follow the intermediate variations that explain how the indicator evolved from one period to the next.
That really helps to understand the flow of contributions, but how do we build a waterfall chart?
So, before configuring a waterfall chart, you need a data set structured specifically for this type of visualization. This preparation can be done using a dedicated UPrep step called Waterfall, which you can find in the Reshape category of UPrep. This step formats the data optimally for a waterfall chart. So, to prepare the data, you need a value column, a period column indicating the two periods to compare, for example, previous year and current year, and a category column for the different intermediate elements such as country, and a parent column if you want a hierarchy, such as between region and country. Using the waterfall function in UPrep, you will select the value column, indicate the period column, and define the starting and ending blocks, which are previous year and current year. You will also specify the column for intermediate labels, in this case, country, and use the option to add a parent column to select the region. So once this configuration is saved, Toucan retains the value column and generates three new columns: label, group, and type. This data set is now in the required format for use in a waterfall chart.
Got it. So what about configuring the waterfall chart itself?
Okay, so once the data set is ready, configuring the waterfall chart is super straightforward. You need to select waterfall as the chart type and then assign the appropriate columns, using the label column generated by the waterfall function in UPrep as the label. Now you select the value column for the values and choose the type column for the group type. You can also activate the drill option to display details and the parent label to indicate the group column and to show the region country hierarchy. After these configurations, the chart is ready with the previous year as the starting point and the current year as the end point, clearly showing all the intermediate contributions.
Sounds fantastic. So do you have any tips for effectively using a waterfall chart?
Definitely. So one key piece of advice is to limit the number of intermediate categories. Too many categories can make the chart cluttered and difficult to read, therefore reducing its effectiveness. It's best to focus on the most significant contributors that will provide clear insights to the viewers. We advise to create an other category to aggregate minor contributions.
That's a great point. So are there any other precautions we should take when using a waterfall chart?
Yes. It is important to accompany users when introducing a waterfall chart, especially if they're not familiar with this type of visualization. The chart is very powerful, but it can also be complex at first glance. Providing context and guidance on how to read the chart, as well as explaining what each category represents, can make a big difference on how effectively the insights are communicated. You can use all the storytelling tools that Toucan provides for that, like the tips section, for instance.
Thanks so much for guiding us through that, Morgan. It sounds like the waterfall chart in Toucan is an essential tool for understanding detailed changes.
Absolutely. Whether you're analyzing financial data, sales figures, or any other metric, the waterfall chart is an invaluable tool for gaining insights into underlying movements.
So thanks again, and thank you all for watching this video. So if you found it interesting or helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more from the Toucan YouCan series, and see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.